Hey guys, what is up? It's me, Cross Studios here, and I'm going to be counting down my favorite sets from each theme of 2013. And a while ago I uploaded my least favorites of 2013, and I decided now, I think it's about time that I uploaded my favorites. And I'm going to be excluding very large, like UCS sets from each theme. So I'll try to keep most of the price points under $150 at least. So we're going to get straight on to it, and we're going to be starting off with Creator, so let's go on to that. I am a sucker to my own rule, so I decided to pick this Creator set right here for basically the Sydney Opera House. It definitely is the best Creator set that came out in the year of 2013. There weren't really a ton of very good sets, and I didn't really like any of the smaller sets that came out in 2013 for Creator, so this obviously was the best choice, I think, in my opinion, for Creator sets in 2013, and that's basically why I chose this as my favorite, and I think it's a really cool set, obviously, so yeah, let's move on to Lord of the Rings. For Lord of the Rings, I picked the Pirate Ship Ambush due to it being just a solid, good set overall. Although this wasn't really a huge part of the movie, obviously it's what carried the pirates to the Battle of, the Battle of the White City. I mean, it was just a really solid set, and I liked it more than most of the other sets. Council of Elrond was kind of boring, and most of the other sets were just okay, I guess, like the Black Gate. So that's why I chose this as my favorite for Lord of the Rings. For Bricks and More, obviously this is one of my least favorite LEGO themes, but this is definitely the best set that came out. I'm pretty sure it was like less, I think a little over $100 for this set, and it's 1,600 pieces. Obviously most of them are just blocks and not really special parts, but I think it's a really good deal, and obviously it's the most parts that came in one of these sets before. I really like it overall. It's better than most of the other Bricks and More sets. For architecture, I chose the Imperial Hotel. I really like the set overall. It was $130 when the set came out. Obviously, it's one of the better deals for architecture, actually, because architecture almost never has really good deals. But this is a really cleverly designed set with its techniques. You can see the tiles they used on it. It's a really nice looking set. I think it's my favorite out of the architecture sets to this date. It's one of my favorite looking models. It's definitely a really cool set, so that's basically why I chose that. For seasonals, poly bags, basically, I picked the Springtime poly bag, definitely the best poly bag out of them all. You get a lot of nice unique pieces in it, such as those fence pieces. You don't get those too often. You get a lot of nice plant pieces, those pink studs. A lot of really nice plant pieces in it. That's definitely the highlight, and you do get 2 minifigures in it. And not too bad of a hair piece for the girl minifigures, so you get a pretty cool amount of stuff in this, and that's why I picked this set as my favorite for seasonals. For Hero Factory, I chose the Jet Rocka. I just think I've never really been into Hero Factory that much, but if I had to pick a favorite set, it would probably be the Jet Rocka. It just looks like a more fun set than most of the other sets. Obviously, most of the other sets are just basically the robot, but you get a huge jetpack looking type of thing with this. It's really cool looking. Got a lot of nice little features on it, so I think it's more exciting than the other sets, and that's why I chose it more than price. I like it more in playability than price, so that's why I picked this. Definitely my favorite set for City of 2013 was the Town Square. I really love the set. You get a ton of vehicles in the set, a bunch of smaller buildings to get with the set. It's just a really overall great set. It's better than most of the other city sets that came out that year, and it was more unique since you got new vehicles such as the bus that we'd never really gotten before. You get that really cool sweeper vehicle, so I think it's definitely cooler, and you do get a motorcycle and some bicycles. A lot of figures, so definitely the best set for City. For Chima, I chose Krager's command ship. I would have chose the Chi Temple, but I thought it was too big of a set, really. It's basically a $150 set, and I kind of counted that out. But Krager's command ship is definitely my favorite because you get that really huge kind of green-colored boat piece. You get a lot of nice translucent red pieces. It just looks like a really awesome bad guy vehicle. It's one of my favorite sets from Chima today, even though most of them are just okay. Definitely my favorite of 2013. For Castle, I chose the King's Castle. It was actually in a tie with me between the Dragon Mountain, but obviously that set was kind of weak in my opinion. This is the actual castle. Obviously they come out with a castle for every castle lineup that comes out, and this is definitely the best set since it is just the giant castle. You get a lot of playability with it. Definitely my favorite of the castle lineup, so now onto the Ninjago. 2013 Ninjago is my least favorite year for Ninjago, and definitely the weakest in set-wise, but this was definitely the best set to come out, and it was actually a very good set, the Golden Dragon. You get 3 figures with the set, the Golden Ninja obviously being the best figure in the set, and you do get the 2 Stone Warriors along with it, so it's cool to add to your army. Definitely my favorite set. You get a lot of nice gold pieces in it, and it's just a lot better of a design than most of the other Ninjago sets that came out in 2013, and it's a decent price point. For Star Wars, I chose the Umbaran MHC. Most of the sets that came out in 2013 that I really like were UCS, and I said I'm counting those out because obviously those are better than every other set. So for the smaller sets, this is definitely my favorite for Star Wars. I really like this set. Had a really nice design. Obviously the price point is a little high for how small the pieces were, but it's definitely a really sweet looking set. You get a couple of really exclusive minifigures in it. Definitely my favorite of 2013 in playability. For superheroes, I chose Battle of Smallville. First off, this set is really cool. I mean, just take a look at those minifigures from for Zod. I mean, just those 2 guys in the armor down in the bottom right corner. Obviously, the General minifigure in the top left is one of my least favorite minifigures. But the vehicles you get in the set are very cool, and it's definitely the coolest of the smallest sets, and it has a really nice design for both vehicles, so that's why I like that set. I never really got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sets, but if I really had to pick a favorite one, it would probably be the Shell Racer, since it is basically their main vehicle of transportation. It's basically an iconic vehicle. You get a lot of good figures in the set, like that big, I don't know what his name is, that big guy driving the truck. You get basically a couple Ninja Turtles in it. It's a pretty decent set overall. I think it's better than most of the other Ninja Turtle sets since they were kind of weak designs, but I think this design had the best out of all of them. For Galaxy Squad, I chose the Galactic Titan. This set is just amazing. Taking a look at all the models you get in this set, you get those 2 little alien models, which are actually very good designs, which I thought they were going to be weak at first, but the actual design of the Galactic Titan is just really well done. How it actually connects on, that's basically Galaxy Squad's main thing, connecting vehicles and detaching. So they definitely did a great job with this set, and it's definitely my favorite set from Galaxy Squad ever. You guys may be surprised with my choice for Lone Ranger, but I chose the Cavalry Builder set just because back when Cavalry stuff was out, and that was a really long time ago, and this set is really cheap to get Cavalry soldiers compared to like some of the older sets. I mean, you can buy a really old Cavalry figure for a really expensive price. It's just a really cool Army Builder set, and I think it's, you know, it's just really cool how you get the collectible guys there. For Technic, I chose the Excavator. I just think for playability, this set really takes the cake for Technic. You can see you get the tank treads right there, really nice pieces. Then you get the crane function, how it actually picks stuff up, so you can pick up minifigures, do anything with it. And I find the playability with this set really well done, and definitely my favorite Technic set just because of this. And little kids love playing with this probably, so that's why I chose this. For Friends, I chose the Dolphin Cruiser. You can see there's a lot of really nice pieces in this set, obviously, but mainly I chose this set because it's the biggest and hardest model. I don't know why they didn't really make many huge Friends sets, because, I don't know, maybe they didn't think people could build them for some reason, but this is definitely the biggest set from Friends that came out in 2013, and definitely my favorite out of all the pieces you get in it. Exclusive, get a couple minifigures in it, so definitely my favorite Friends set of 2013. For minifigure series, it definitely has to be Series 11. Out of the 3 series that came out, 9, 10, and 11, 11 is definitely my favorite, and it has definitely the most amount of figures that I thought were amazing. I actually got this whole series in one day, just because this series is really awesome. And there's almost nothing wrong with the series. It's my favorite series, I think it's my favorite series of all time. Definitely a really well done series for Series 11. So we're going to move on to the Hobbit. Now onto the Hobbit. This was actually a tie between Dol Guldur and the Lake Town Chase and this set. All of them are really close, but I ended up picking this one due to the wargs you get in the set. I really love getting that warg piece, and you do get a lot of elves and orcs. I just think Army Builder sets are really good. Obviously the design of the set is just okay, and it's not very good, but you do get a lot of really cool figures in the set, and I think that ups the value, and that makes it basically my favorite set. Alright guys, so that concludes this video. This concluded all my favorite sets from the main themes of 2013, and you can see why I chose most of the sets. I gave at least 30-second descriptions on why I chose them. I wanted to keep the video at least decently short, and I think I did a pretty good job at that, making a little over 10 minutes and maybe 11 minutes. I don't know how long this video will end up being, but I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm going to be making more top 10s, so make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and look for more reviews and mocks and such.